But tonight,
Mhm.
we have special host for our Zoom meeting
The OG.
because
Anything
they know us better than anybody. Lola and Raul have been the most loyal, the most family for the longest time that we have been serving the Lord in Honduras. And so I thought it would be really cool to have the two of them and nobody else on tonight and just let them answer questions from you guys and talk about stories they remember. And so here we are.
Yeah,
So Crystal and Kim, why don't you guys jump in and start asking questions?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's start with Lola.
Okay.
Lola, tell us how you started with IC13, how you got to know Ty, and how you're involved.
For me, after praying and praying, because I was not with no work, I was having depressed, having almost a year depressing because I was having thyroid and I was having all these kind of symptoms and I didn't know. And I was very depressed and no work, no job. And finally one day when I was outside, I found Sister Teresita. And she told me that she has to go to Brazil and she needs someone to go to the airport to pick up this lady she's coming from Nashville, and she wants me, that I help her to help her to go to see around Progreso, to be with her and translate for her. It was from that. And I remember it's in 2011, and then at the same year, I think at the same year, she brought Ty. And then when Ty was here, I didn't know anything about Olivos. Of course, I knew that these people was living in the bridge, for a long time. But I didn't know that these people was moving to a dump area, and then they were moving from the dump to Olivos, to the place that is Olivos right now. So when Ty came here, and he, I stay. I also helped them, with the translation and everything. And then Ty asked me if I wanted to join them with the organization, and I was happy, because I think this is the most worth it, valuable, and blessed work that we can ever have. Serving people. And
Nice.
also serving people with person who has a big heart, that they are very honest, that they are very capable, to sacrifice. Sometimes valuable, precious time with the family, and decided to come down here and help. And since then, I used to work with medical brigades long time, but when I went to Olivos, it was very impressive, to see these people, they were living in a dump, so they just moved these families and put it again in the same situation. And when I see, in the back of the truck with the list, I think it was Lisa, Ty was there, and we couldn't even find a place, to bring all to put the gift that you bring for the people in Olivos. So you have to do it, and to give the clothing to to the people in the back of the truck, I remember.
Yeah.
So they were really, you know, exciting. They were really grateful and happy. And also when we went there, also the first thing that I saw is these babies, skinny babies, you know, with a big belly. I remember that. In the houses and the mud, you know, and there's no, and when you make up, you know, that you realize how blessed you are. And then that night you're gonna be in your house very comfortable. And these people, and it was raining. It was a rainy season, I remember, you know. And these people, you know, I didn't know even some. I remember the one family has to be moved, you know, from the houses to another place because their houses they get wet, you know.
Yeah.
They have
They weren't really houses.
They were the Blue Eyed Girls.
yes,
Yeah.
and it was really a sad situation, you know. But the people every time that the Thai was coming with a group, even Thai by himself and with Lisa or Thai with the group, you know, they were so excited, so excited. And they are still, you know, they miss all you guys, you all guys in Olivos all the time. They are asking me. I remember that.
Fun to pull up to the villages and you hear people yelling, Thai, Thai, Papa Thai.
Yes, and you know what is amaze me that we have seen these kids grow up.
Yeah. Right.
And
And some of them
healthier.
even grow up and turn into, you know, people that are helping IC13 and serving the communities that they grew up in, which is
And they are very
incredible.
healthy.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they
going
look very
and going
healthy.
and going to college, going to
Yeah,
high school, going to
yeah,
college, to the
college right
university.
now, you know. Jocelyn in college, and the first time that we met her, she was even, I think, in school. So this is amazing, you know, because you have done IC13 and Thai with all this. It's been the person behind all this amazing blessing for many people. Not only people in Olivos, for us also, because for us, I mean, for me, Thai is also spiritual guidance. He gives us spiritual guidance. We have been growing, Raul and I, we have been heavy, but it has been in the middle, so because we love so much Honduras and we want to do better, you know. And
Well, I think
but
it's important, Lola, that you know that, you know, or everybody knows that you're the person that when we don't know what to do, we say, call Lola or ask Lola or give that name to Lola or write it down and Lola will take care of it. And you've been that person, at least in the past, you know, 2.5, 3 years, 4 years that I've been working with IC13. Like Ty said, extremely reliable, and you know, you're the one. Like you're the one that we say, oh, just ask Lola. She'll know what to do. She'll know what family. She'll know how to make that happen. So thank you for all that you do. And I only know a fraction of it, but you're amazing.
well, sometimes, you know, it's a little difficult, not because of you, because you make things easier for us. Believe me, you know, since the day first one that I started working with Ty, you know, the people that he brings make the things easier for us. That is what we wanted to do and give the best that we can, you know, because we know
Oh.
everything that you
She doesn't understand who I am.
Did you say that Ty has brains? Sometimes
I don't know. You tell me.
that
Bring the people.
All right, let's.
But you must know
That
that.
was pretty funny because I started hitting Lisa too, going, "Oh
I'm
God,
like, no,
she doesn't know."
Friends.
It's good. We've been together for a decade, and she doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
So
I still got
anyway,
your
let's move
Carl.
on from that. Have you guys? These are the two people, and I may be stepping into deep water here, but these are the two people that I won't say I know the most because they've been with me the most in Honduras for 10 years. And I love them so much, their family. And you already have some questions probably for them, but I think it would be interesting to hear their perspective on, some stories as well. Jesus used to teach by telling stories. So I think these guys, after a whole long time and being around our ministry, may have a couple of stories they want to tell.
Well, Raul, why don't you tell us about how you got started with IC13 and if you have any stories that you want to say.
But there are too many stories.
That's the problem.
You probably have a lot.
You know what? I mean,
Raul.
I know. ¿Ah?
No, you go.
¿Cuál cuento?
The time. The horse, the machete.
No, I have a lot.
They have been mean with me. You see, those two, and I sometimes, Lisa is not with me, so.
No, I have a lot of stories, but I want to tell you something that because for me personally, I can tell you that it's been it's the most amazing learning period in my life. I mean, I cannot explain with words how much I appreciate it, the time, the moments, every conversation, every discussion about some situations, I mean, everything, I really appreciate that because I don't think I can be stepping here, right now without that period of time, with you. You what's my mentor. You are my mentor, and I'm here right now, stepping here. Blessed. My boys are there working outside, A guy out of drugs is outside right now working with us. Valentin is working here. My sister, my brother is working here. Giovanni is working here. So they explain so that's never could happen, if I don't have that time, side by side, learning how to lead, how to fight, how to teach, I mean, it's not possible. So I don't know, but how I see things, is, I identify a leader in my life. I have thousands of stories, that changed my life forever. Actually, I run my life because that stories, I run my life right now because of that. My personality. I'm very, you know, reactive. You know, I'm very reactive, you know, to situations, and I feel like all this time, you know, that I'm being able to see Jesus through you, through your actions, and I will say to you guys too. You know, it's not, you know, I mean, but but what happened is in the past I wasn't able to see Jesus. You know, doesn't matter what happened in front of me, I don't connect those things with Jesus. You know, and it's just great for me. You know, I mean, I have so many things to tell you right now that I don't think the time is going to be enough. But I mean, first I want to say thank you. You know, because for me, I mean, I don't know if you understand, you know, how could be my life if I never meet your time. I don't know if you really understand, you know, where I could be right now if I never meet you. I don't know, guys, if you understand that things. Maybe you have an idea, but I don't know if you really understand that, guys, you know. I mean, and I, first of all, I just want to say thank you first. Thank you for that things, you know, because impacting others, you impact me, you know, in a crazy way, man, you know. I'm, you know, I discovered a world that I never know that exists, you know, so it's very good for me, you know. And after that, you know, oh my gosh. It's some story that I like because sometimes I save a lot of videos. And I was watching a video and then I find a video one day when we was in Monterrey and I was watching the video and it was in a big storm, you know, and it was funny for me because I never hear that. I never hear the video, listen to myself, you know. It was so funny because literally in the video say, where is that? And somebody said, he's in front of us crossing the river. And I said, holy moly, that guy's crazy. He's going to cross the river. I need to go. Wait for me. So, I mean, you know, it's just a lot of stuff, you know. I remember so many things when we went, you know, trying to get Evelyn and Franklin and all those people. So many things, so many moments, so many experiences, you know, that you know are that's kind of thing a treasure for me, and I you know keep that as a treasure in my heart, you know. Yeah, I thanks God a lot, Ty, because you know I feel like I'm being very lucky to find, you know, a thing like this. Lola and I in the beginning, we fight every moment. I love Lola right now, you know. I love Lola.
It's because he's loco and reckless sometimes, and
love
I get scared of him.
You know what? I will tell you.
Yeah, you know him. And I didn't know Raul. I knew Raul, but no, you know that I know that Raul it's a friend of mine's relative, but I didn't know Raul exactly, you know, when we met together. But he sometimes make me scared. That is why, because sometimes some ideas that he got in some situations that you know I don't want to put them in danger. In Raul, is sometimes
Lola, you need to understand the only things that I knew in the past was being aggressive, you know. But you know, it's crazy when I get in Monteros Olivos time for the first time. You know, that was crazy. I mean, I never felt something like that. I mean, I'm telling you, after that, I knew my life was different. After that, I was so much confused in my head. What the heck is this? I mean, I wasn't able to understand, you know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, my head wasn't comprehending what I was being able to see. Some people right now ask things like, hey, so many things, guys, you do this, so why? And I say in my mind, wow, they never are going to understand because I was trained. Because I always I connect like training, you know, and I say, this is how I grow up, you know, learning, you know, how to serve and how to feel compassion or empathy, you know. So sometimes I argue with Ty. I said, why? I say, Ty, why you say that? We need to, you know, we need to take it out. You know, my mind was in that way. Like, and Ty say, I remember this all the time. He put it this way. Brother, what about if? And he always say to me something crazy. And I was like,
oh, something's coming.
And I always say, why he can see life in this way? And I'm pure fire, you know, let's fight, let's destroy this, you know. And then, you know, it was like a training for me too, you know. So, you know, it's so many things, you know, that I will tell you, I'm very lucky. I wish more people had this kind of lucky, you know. But what we can do is replicate what we learn. You know, is replicate exactly what we learned. You know, it's an order of the stories, Ty. You know, it's an order of the stories. I can be here talking about stories the whole freaking night. It's crazy, you know. But and I understand that, Ty. After our conversation, remember of the talent. You know, I mean, I was so confused. You know, I say, well, I mean, I don't know, guy, if you ever ask yourself, you know, what's your purpose in life? I did that question a lot, you know. The only thing that I know is how to fight, how to be crazy and destroy things. And after that conversation with you, a lot of things make sense, you know. Everybody have talents, you know. I mean, you can use it in a negative way or a positive way. Everybody have talents, you know. I mean, what you are going to do with that talent is the key, right? So, I mean, so many things, guys. I don't know. I have like so many. I wanna stay here just saying everything that came to my mind, you know. But it's crazy. It's good.
Also have experience with things like how God made things happen. You know,
It's crazy.
it's miracles after miracles that we have experienced with Him, especially with the weather, especially, you know, when God, you know, sent us to that place in specific to help someone in need. And I don't know, sometimes He says, you know what, we're gonna do this and this and this, and I said, I don't know.
Lola.
I don't know how the faith that he has.
It's that kind of mentality about go and fish deep. I never will forget that things too. You know, I never in my life will forget that phrase. Because, you know, it's how we're supposed to live. Nobody wanna go there. Nobody wanna go there. And I remember when I bring you there, you was like, so you have horses? Yeah, so we can cross in horses. Oh, okay. And then boom, we was in Monterrey. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So crazy. It's good. That kind of things is a big example for us too. You know? Because like Lola said, you can be there in your house, relax, you know? If you are, you know.
The instrument, one of the instruments from God, you know, to do many, many things.
It's a big example, you know?
And it's
But you know, Lola, it's good because it's easy serve Thai in a comfy places. It's very easy serve in comfy places.
Mm-hmm.
So where is the where is the fight and the sacrifice? You know, so where is that? So and I see that, you know, in the things that we do. So I mean, Jesus say, go and fish deep. You told me that story. You know? Yeah, you told me the story. Instantly, everything makes sense. Instantly, I get power to keep fighting for the boys that was complicated people here, you know, because for me, they was deep water. You know, they are the people that is in deep water, you know? So everything, you know, is different in my head because of that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, I mean, I'm crazy, but you did a good job. I'm telling you, I'm crazy. No, I mean, you know, look,
When
I mean,
he does something like this, you know what?
you are part of this because it's impossible. You know, it's like you know what it's like when I teach jujitsu. That lineage is going to continue with everybody that knows jujitsu. This is your lineage, you know. This is your lineage. I have a huge freaking store with 6 people, 5, 6, 10 people working like crazy here, you know, because this is your lineage. This is your lineage. All these things happen because you came here one day. Come here, hey, Valentin, venga, Giovanni. All these things, vengan para acá.
Wow.
All these crazy things.
I've seen some of it.
All these crazy things is because one day, Giovanni,
Giovanni!
So this is Valentin, this is Giovanni, Brini, Carlitos, my sister is right there, my brother is working in the store. So all these people, they have a job right now because one day you trust me. This one, le puedo decir que acaba de salir de la rehabilitación. Sí. He finished his rehab right now, and he's ready to work here. This is what we do, you know. This is what I learned from you. Opportunities to the people. He grew up in an orphanage too, Ty. He's living in the street. Right now he's speaking in English and he's getting ready to manage and store in the future. So Brini, you know, Carlitos, this is a great, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You wanna say hi? He's learning English.
Hola, Carlito.
No, Valentin.
Valentin, hello, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm very good. Your English sounds good.
Thank you.
He's gonna be firm Thai here, you know, and we have a beautiful team right now in the store. There's more people working, you know, in different things right there. I mean, so all these things happen, you know, because one day I was led by you.
So you remember where all this comes from, right?
Yeah.
You know, I never could have found you by myself. Jesus led me to Honduras and he led me to you. So really, it's thanks to God, number one. And then we have a great friendship, and that's awesome. And I love you. And I thank you for all of the kudos. But really, 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 is Jesus reached into your life and made a difference in your life. And now you're making a difference in other people's life in the same way.
Can you Raul, can you tell us a little bit about your soldiers program too?
Well, soldiers, is we decide to use jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, one day time before, I'm sorry, before, ya se pueden ir si quieren. Gracias.
Okay.
Before respond to that, I was in one meeting with the people from Soul for Soul in one activity one day in Honduras, and we do an activity, and the activity was you need to represent in a drown. Drown is a word?
Yeah.
Drawing.
A drown?
Drawing.
A
Draw. Yeah.
We need to represent, in a drawing. Something, a person that changed your life, or impact your life in a big way, So I make a drawing about a guy, In one hand, he had a Bible and a fire, and the another one, a sword. So we need to explain what that drawing means. So I say to the people, well, this guy represents two people. Mm-hmm. And I say, okay. And they say, okay, this him represents Ty Hasty. He increased my spiritual situation, I learned, I meet Jesus with him. He gave to me knowledge. He gave to me that fire. I get all this information in different ways, with Ty. The sword represents my master. That gave to me, that kind of, tough mentality, in the fact to create soldiers, They love it. So why I'm saying to you this is because I connect with soldiers, everything. Jiu-jitsu and all the spiritual part and all the social part that we have been doing for a lot of years. So soldier is this, Soldier is people that do jiu-jitsu in the fact to get that kind of discipline and tough mentality, but at the same time, they are involved, in all the spiritual part too. So we try to guide them in the fact to find opportunities, scholarships and, job opportunities, things like that, But the thing is, we want them focused. We want them know how to fight versus adversities, We don't want to hide adversity from them. We want to show them adversity so they can fight against that, So this is soldiers for us, right now we have an opportunity here. We are trying to create a transition house because some of them, they doesn't have a house. But I say, well, we are going to find a place. We are going to cover 2 months and then you need to pay. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened. We support. Soldier is a place where people can find support to achieve their dreams, But we are not going to do anything for them. They need to work for it, And that is what we try to do, I explain to them, for example, we have 3 guys from Pro Niño. Pro Niño is an orphanage. So they are here they are here. They need to know how to work. They need to know how to work. They need to learn how to be creative,
Independent.
productive, in life, in the system. They need to know that. I mean, they win a salary, they need to train jiu-jitsu, they need to go and learn English, and things like that. So that is soldiers right now, that is basically the mechanic of what happened here right now, so.
And I want to just add, and I don't know if this makes content or not, but the soldiers program and the whole nonprofit that Raul runs, a whole nonprofit. He came, we met, and it's a long story, but anyway, he's running his own nonprofit now, a faith-based nonprofit in Honduras, and he's bringing kids off the street. He's running micro business. He's doing a lot of really, really cool things, Bible studies, all that sort of stuff. But it's been a handoff so that we don't manage it, we don't run it. It's been an empowerment thing where we've led and then said, okay, Raul, here you go, it's yours. And I will say that, in my opinion, Raul has done an extraordinary job in building that up and leading it and empowering a lot of people in Honduras. So just so everybody knows. Girls, Kim, Crystal, y'all got any other questions, any other thoughts that you had in your notes that you want to ask Lola or Raul?
They're knocking it out the park, really.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be hard to edit this one.
Yeah, it is. But so this is a little unplanned, but I wanted to talk about this while we're all together. And just kind of cool to record something live that is something that we do all the time. We come to the group with a problem and then we try and figure out a solution. So about 5 minutes before this call, Christian texted me or WhatsApped me and sent me a picture of a man. He lives close to where Christian's wife's family is from, and his name is Francisco. He was involved in a motorcycle accident last year and lost his foot. And so he works every day to support his mother and his sister. And he crutches 3 kilometers to and from work, where it sounds like what he does, and Raul and Lola, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Christian says he sells brooms of green grass to clean patios of the houses where he lives alone with his mother and younger brother, not sister, whose house is in very humble conditions. And to support them, he walks the 3 kilometers to bring sustenance to his home. And so he sent me this video. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And he said, is there any way that IC13 may be able to help him? And I said I would bring it to the group and see if there's anything that we might be able to do. Obviously, he needs new crutches, and we can handle that. Yeah. So I know that Lola, you can help.
I have a pair of that, so I can give it the ones that I got it here. Because when I break my leg, I got one of those, so I can give it mine. Yeah.
Well, that part's easy. But essentially what he needs is a prosthesis to be able to get around. And so I wondered, this, like I said, was not planned at all, but I wondered if we could just chat about it. And I
think we can, Lola, let's get him a referral.
Yeah.
And if we need Ben or Steve or somebody to write it, we can, but let's get him a referral to an orthopedic guy up in San Pedro that's been seeing our orthopedic patients.
Send a message to Christian and tell Christian, to contact me, so that way we can we can, you know,
Okay.
find out what to do, what is better.
Yeah.
I'll tell him right
I will.
now.
So if we can just get him a referral to the orthopedic guy up in San Pedro, that would be the first step. And then we can see what they can get there. And if they can't get what he needs there, we can certainly find it in the U.S. So, you know, thank you for bringing that up. We love opportunities like this where we can kind of dive in and find opportunities to serve folks that might otherwise not get served.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if he had a prosthesis, he could probably do a lot of the things that he's trying to do for his family a lot easier. And you know,
Yeah, I mean, we had Raul can speak to this as well. Raul has he's your cousin, right, in San Pedro, who was a paratrooper who had the bad fall out of the airplane.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and it broke him really bad. He was really messed up.
He always texts me. You know, I mean, he's in USA right now.
Oh,
really?
is he?
He one day he sent to me a message because I make a post. I share a post on Facebook. It's a memory that is you and me in the hospital, and he write, "Is this the guy?" And I say, "Yes." Say to him that thank you, that I'm working right now because that support. I mean, that guy, that was crazy.
Did he get a prosthetic?
Yeah, he had serious orthopedic problems, and he was just broken.
Yeah.
And so they did some surgeries and did some pins and some stuff in his legs and his back, and now he's good. Right, Raul?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's working right now.
That is so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it was you know, something that like this was just kind of a, oh, by the way, kind of thing.